Where I'm going to work is twist, changing your perspective, inviting you to see things differently so that you can choose different behaviors. Now, how do I do that? How do I get you to change your viewpoint or your twist? Two primary ways, and it's a cycle or a rhythm. There's one piece is awareness. Heighten your awareness, lower your awareness, shift your awareness, any verb you want to put with it. I want your awareness to change. I can often do that simply with new language. Very common with clients that I work with in corporate America is they see their workplace as a jungle or a battleground. Predictive behaviors for someone who thinks their workplace is a battleground. They're looking for the enemy and a bigger weapon. All right? So what if I suggest to that person that instead of a battleground, what part of your work might be like a garden? Now, I don't know that that's going to work, but they might start thinking about culturing and nurturing or watering some relationships that might make that workplace a little bit differently. It'd be really good if they do that with their subordinates, the people that work for them. If you treat them like a battleground, you're going to have a day full of battles. So sometimes it's just simply new language that can get you to change your viewpoint. That will lead you to considering some different behaviors. So if it were a garden instead of a battleground, what would you do differently? Is the coaching question to ask. I have no idea what they're going to say, but whatever they say is going to be better than battleground. So we're making some movement, and they're making some choices that might be different. If they have success with that, they're going to keep that change. But changing that twist is the most important. So one way to change twist is awareness. Another way is action. And throughout coaching, particularly performance coaching, we're going to work an awareness action cycle. And there's a model that you can look at for that. But every awareness leads you to some different actions that leads you to a different awareness. So it's continuous. Once you take a step, it's a different world. And then you look around again and you've got new awareness, new action. So that's the next thing we might do is some action. Now that action is often called practices by coaches, but it's not a practice about your outcomes. It's a practice based on your twist. For example, oftentimes in corporate situations, we have a manager who's not getting along with his people and people in other departments. And so we're called in to work with them on their interpersonal communications. They're not speaking well to others. Well, you talk to them, you listen to them for a while, and you find out that they talk to people, not with people. So how do you get that to change? Well, you could certainly change it, give them some new ways to behave and see how that goes, but it's not going to go very well. So here's the practice I designed for them. For the next 3 days or 5 days, depending on the cycle that we're in, I want you, when you speak to someone, I want you to watch their face. And after the conversation, I want you to write down what you saw in their face. What facial expressions did you see while they were talking? Now you're thinking, how does that change their behavior? It shifts their awareness that the message is not it, it's the receiving that's it. They will see, if they start looking at the other faces, the expressions that says this isn't working for me, then they can change their message. They can see the expressions that say, I don't understand, and they can change their message. So they start with that, just a different awareness of what goes on when I talk to another person. And that's an example of how we can use awareness and action to change someone's twist. Then they can choose different behaviors, get different results. That's twist.